Have you ever met someone on an online dating site and thought, wow, this guy is perfect for me, or she is simply amazing, only to find out they were hiding a deep, dark secret? They plan to vote for Hillary. FreedomLovers.us was created for singles who want to exchange ideas and a love for freedom. People who are looking for solutions to create and defend freedom in the real world, and at the same time, getting that once-in-a-lifetime chance to find their true soulmate. Whether you are interested in meeting your soulmate, making new friends, networking, or hanging out with that like-minded liberty lover, visit freedomlovers.us. It's the first free dating site and community. So patriots, don't waste your time with other dating sites. freedomlovers.us is the place where like-minded singles really click.
Here we go, guys. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna on K-Talks 1340 AM and on United States.fm network. Final hour, the hour about love. In this hour, it's the hour where I want to give the opportunity to everybody to share their love. And love is just not a physical thing or an emotional thing. It is also to care about your fellow humans. And that's, by the way, it's emotional, don't get me wrong. So, I don't have any editing unless you say something that is not FCC compliance. After all, this show goes also on the radio. But the only thing I want to give you the opportunity for people out there who wants to share their message, their opinion, an unfiltered microphone. And I say unfiltered because, I cannot control and I don't want to control what you're going to say. The only thing always I say, though, whatever you're saying, if you bring somebody else's name out there, I always want to give the opportunity to the other person that you mention, if you mention it, I have a chance to at least interact or maybe defend himself or whatever. Okay, that's the bottom line. And then, of course, whatever you say, it's always your opinion. I cannot verify from here unless I have evidence that you sent me. But regardless, this is about freedom of speech. This is about interacting with each other. This is about probably learning from each other. Because I tell you, I learned so much in the last almost 2.5 years on this show. Things that I couldn't believe my ears. And I tell you, must have an open mind. Because there are a lot of things that sometimes would be easier just to avoid. Because the truth can hurt. But sometimes that's the way we have to do. We have to hurt a little bit, go through, learn. And it's the only way you can improve or, let's say, resolve a problem or fix a problem, you must admit that there is a problem. Today I have an interesting person on the show. By the way, you're all interested for me, all interesting, because everybody is different, as their different background. But this interesting guy is even more interesting because he's kind of a mysterious person. His official name is called V, like the movie, V for Vendetta. By the way, I love that movie. And he's from California, at least at the moment, and he has some information about targeted individuals. I don't know exactly his background, but as I said, I'm going to give him the opportunity to share his opinions, and I always want to verify whatever is possible, but more important, I want you listeners to verify whatever we say here, okay? So V, are you there on the air with me?
I am here, yes.
Nice to meet you, and I want to go straight to the point. Who is V? Who are you? As much you can tell us. You don't need to give me your address, but what do you do?
Okay, I am V, the host of the Red Pill Hardcore radio show.
Mm-hmm.
I started my show to educate people about psychotronic weaponry because I am a targeted individual, much like the whistleblower Karen Stewart.
Okay.
I believe you've had her on your show. I've had her on mine as well.
Yes, I had a couple of times. Correct. Go ahead.
Yes, and so what's different about me, I've actually done the research for this illegal technology being used on the population. And when I say the population, I mean all of America and all of the first world nation, population. The UN has this technology across the board. There's actually secret societies who use these psychotronic or mind-controlled devices to further their agendas. In my case, I was targeted with voice to skull, or V2K, also called synthetic telepathy, is where you're hooked up to an AI, artificial intelligence, that is talking to you nonstop, pushing its agendas on you to get you to do things. In my case, I am a NSA mind control victim that I basically was pushed to kill people.
Wow. Did you
much
kill,
like
did you,
much,
ki- did
much,
you,
well, much like Aaron Alexis and Myron May?
okay,
They were
okay.
also targeted individuals, what the NSA calls on-shelf shooters.
Let me stop you one second, if you don't mind. For what you recall, and I hope you give me a no, okay? Because I don't want to. I mean, it would be kind of shocking news. But did you kill anybody against your will?
No, no,
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
no, absolutely not. I would not do anything to hurt anyone else.
Okay.
And also, I mean, I would not do anything to further the agenda of these evil Luciferians that, form these secret societies, I should say, within our government.
Now, listen to me one second. Sometimes, first of all, you may control yourself, but if this technology is out there, and I believe it's out there, not everybody maybe is able to control themselves. So that's something that, you're still a human being. Maybe you have some techniques that you can resist, but we know that there is the technology out there. It is not just today. It's been around for many years. Different technologies. Of course, the old-fashioned days used to be MK Ultra, but this is way more improved than MK Ultra. So this is a danger, because technically they could really control you to do things against your will. And you mentioned a couple names of the latest alleged, I say alleged because unfortunately I always like to verify with some sort of a due process in every way, I think, but we have some good, let's say, strong opinions that according to facts, these victims and these also alleged perpetrators, they were under the influence of mind control. So, is that possible that maybe you may not be able to control what you're saying here?
No, it's I'm very much in control.
Okay.
The mind control aspect is not so much as a little control, but it's coercion.
Okay.
Imagine someone poking at you, nonstop poking at you, telling you to do something, poking at you. Now, the only way to get out of the scenario is to do what these people want you to do, or you kill yourself, which is okay with them as well.
Yeah.
This is why suicide is up across the world.
That's true.
This is not only a mind control plan, but this is also a depopulation agenda.
The statistics, unfortunately, confirm what you're saying. I wish I could say it's not true. I was looking around the U.S. The statistics of people killing themselves, they're way up. And it could be in many factors, don't get me wrong. The economy is being destroyed, a lot of problems, families being destroyed. But yes, I believe that there is a fact. What you're saying, it is not a conspiracy. They are patent out there. It's proven. It is not even such a new technology. There are machinery that connect into your brain directly through waves. They can send you messages, can send you sounds, can send you pretty much whatever they want. Doesn't mean that you have to do what they're saying, but could become an harassment, could become also a way to manipulate also, let's say, people that maybe have some religious belief very strong, and they can look at these voices like almost God's willing or whatever, God's voice, okay? So unfortunately, it is true. And for out there, everybody can say, I don't believe anything you're saying. And maybe, you shouldn't. I always say, verify your own information. The point is, even V right now is saying things that we may believe it or not. I need to have some, according to your personal stuff, I always like to have some other corroboration that I will ask you. But then regardless, the technology that you're talking about, it's real. That's a fact. And people can out there, maybe you can give some names. I know you're kind of an educated person in this matter, probably much more than I am. Something that maybe, when I had, for example, some other guests in the past, they were mentioning also some patents, some specific things they can look in Google and find out that this is like a real technology being patented and controlled by private corporations and also by part of the U.S. government. You want to help us out here a little bit?
Yes. I always try to. I'm sorry, is there an echo?
No, I don't have any echo right now.
Okay. There are various ways to find out this information. For example, you can look up the NSA Mind Control PSYOPs manual. You can actually Google this and find this. This isn't a secret. You can look up mind control patents. There's 23 of them that will pop up if you Google mind control patents.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Another reference, there was a Dr. Eldon Boyd who worked for Naval Intelligence, and his projects went black. Dr. Eldon Boyd worked with the creator of the neurophone, Dr. Patrick Flanagan, and his research went from communications with dolphins, which they actually found how telepathy works from the dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dr. Eldon Boyd, you can go to YouTube and find his rare interview. I believe the actual title of the video is Dr. Eldon Bird Rare Interview on Mind Control and Electromagnetic Weapons.
Okay.
It's B-R-I-D, Bird.
All right, good.
Also, another reference, really quick, two more in fact. You can also go to YouTube and type in That's Impossible Mind Control. The History Channel did a documentary on the mind control technology, the synthetic telepathy. And then there's also the ex-CIA whistleblower, which I've also had on my show, Dr. Robert Duncan. He put out a book, a PDF that you can download for free on the internet. It's called The Matrix Deciphered.
That's really good, because I say whenever you give this information, people at least have a trail to start to look for your journey. It's a journey, okay? I mean, if people still want to believe that, for example, I don't know, other things, out there, that there was an airplane hitting the Pentagon during 9/11, maybe you're gonna have a little hard time to realize that there is also a mind control plan to enslave humanity. But, it's a little journey. I'm not going to here to judge people. I just say, guys, at least I give you the beginning of the information and you can continue the journey. V, I have a question. Do you have a website where maybe people can listen to your show?
Yes. www.mixcloud.com/the_red_pill/. I also have a YouTube channel called Stop Terrorism.
Okay.
Another great source of information about all the Agenda 21 mind control programs that exist and are being used today.
Okay.
Also, I do have a website as well, www.theredpillhardcore.com.
Okay, perfect. That would be probably one of the best way to remember everybody. Say it one more time, please.
www.theredpillhardcore.com.
Hardcore. So we don't just get the red pill. We're gonna get a hardcore. Okay, guys.
Hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you here. 1 second. Let me find you 1 second. The redpillhardcore.com. There is also the YouTube channel. I found you here. And by the way, I will post also on the homepage of lovegunsfreedom.com at least the Red Pill Hardcore, because this is interesting. Now I have a question for you, V, and you don't have to answer to me, of course, if you don't want to. But first of all, why you're a guy, like me. We are all here, and you chose to be V. You weren't born as V, okay? I mean, you didn't have a mask when you were born. So why did you get this sort of new identity? Is this for privacy or for security or just maybe because I don't know? You have another life. Well, I mean, after all, I like honestly when I talk to people, I like to know who they are. And, I have my own name, last name, whatever I say, it's me, Luca Zanna. People may like it or not, but I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying, what is your reason why you did that? The after you, what is the reason?
Well, some people ask me, that question, and they want to know if it's to protect my identity or if it's to, have it to where I can do some terroristic act or something. It's nothing like that. V is not something I'm hiding behind. V is simply a mantle. After I get done doing what I'm doing for the people, I will pass the name, the mantle down to someone else. There always needs to be someone to be looking out for the interest of the people against tyranny and oppression. Yeah, I will not be the last V that there is.
Oh, I'm sure there are probably another few, I say maybe thousands out there, and I hope even more than that. Everybody who believes in freedom and in the right of individuals, they can call themselves whatever they want. In the past, say, I'm Spartacus. You remember the movie with Spartacus at the end? Say, we're all Spartacus, okay? So you can kill us, but the idea doesn't die. The idea that freedom is going to stay always out there. So I understand that part. Now, I want to also play a little bit devil's advocate because, as I said, on the show, we challenge everything, everybody. You say a lot of good stuff, at least something that we can verify for sure. The fact that you mentioned some patents and some real science out there that I think everybody can find out that the mind control, it is not a conspiracy, it is a science, unfortunately used for nefarious aims, nefarious goals. And yes, when you have that type of power, many human beings will abuse that power. Okay, now, you mentioned, though, that you were part of some special program. Okay, like, controlling yourself, try to control yourself like an instrument to do bad things to other people. Now, how can we back it up? Can you give us some extra information, or we can just believe what you're saying?
Well, I guess I should start with how a person becomes a targeted individual. Everyone's story is a little bit different.
Okay.
Mine is quite simple. I was living alone in a place that I was pretty much given. I had recently had some tragic things happen, and my relationship was over, and, I had nothing to do except for sit around on the computer and maybe try to improve myself, get some information, and try to find out why my life was so terrible and why society is the way it is. And I came across social engineering, and then I came across, the Illuminati and the Illuminati members' identities. And all of a sudden, boom, voices in my head.
When happened?
Trying to tell me what to do.
How long ago?
It's been a little over 3 years.
Okay.
Just about 3 years.
So, and it's kind of recently, let's put it in this way. Some people have been going through this, and I always want to play devil's advocate. I believe in these programs because it's not because it's about belief. This is not a religion. This is science, okay? So I believe. Now, the same story I can say also. There are also cases out there that could be also, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to start to give it false diagnosis, but, people sometimes have visions. People sometimes they hear strange stuff. People sometimes they are stressed. People sometimes they have, whatever. It can be many things. What do you think that you really have the certainty that this voices that you're hearing, they are part of this government, or at least this, I don't even call government, because for me this is beyond government, okay? This is not the official government. But anyway, these programs of mind control, or maybe it could be just maybe you having some sort of, I don't know, maybe a tough time, as you said, somebody maybe a tragic event or something like that. Anything, could be wine, could be some drugs. Tell me.
Well, I'll say the difference between someone who has natural schizophrenia and the difference between someone who is being controlled or being harassed by psychotronic weaponry. Someone who has natural schizophrenia has sounds and random voices, things that really can't be interpreted. Things can't, really make any sort of sense. And a person with a mind control technology, V2K, voices being put into their head, there's an agenda. For example, we want you to get a job. We want you to get a job. We want you to get a job. Or, and it'll repeat. We want you to kill this person. We want you to kill this person. We want you to kill this person. And there is constant agendas. And when you do not comply, it goes straight to profanity, insults, name calling, streams of it. This is why people go berserk. This is why, you had the Batman Theater shootings. This is why you had the Fort Hood killer. This is why you had the Virginia Tech shooting. I believe the Virginia Tech shooter made some YouTube videos, and you can see the pain and the torment of this individual, his mind. He's harassed. You can tell the way he spoke. He was very cognitive. He was very there. And he had an enemy in which he spoke of. Schizophrenics are confused. Schizophrenics can actually put off or ignore a lot of things because there's no sense to it. There's no agenda.
So there's like a logic in all this. Let's put it this way, from your experience.
It's very logical. It's a pattern, neuro-linguistic patterning.
Okay.
There are techniques that are done to either make you or break you. Now, much like being in the military.
Now, what I was saying, when I was talking last time with the former NSA whistleblower, Karen Stewart, I would say it would be nice, and probably they're already out there, that everyone who believes that, who has evidence that is part of this program, maybe creates a message board, because other people that they may have the same problems, or maybe they don't have that problem, they think they have that situation, they can at least find some sort of, let's say, help, or just even talking to each other. Maybe somebody with experience can say, first of all, you're not alone. Second of all, maybe you are not crazy, or maybe you are a little having some problem, but at least you don't feel left out, and you can start to have a community where you can talk to each other. And when you realize that you're really part of that program, you don't feel like you're a freak. I mean, that's, I think, would be a good thing, like a message board. Do you have a message board on your site? I still a little bit under construction. You have it here.
Well, actually, there are many resources and places for people to talk to this, talk about this.
Okay.
For example, the awareness of this is exploding. There are tons of targeted individual Facebook group pages anyone can visit and join. And you can hear thousands upon thousands of targeted individuals talk about what they're going through.
Yeah.
There are organizations like Freedom from Harassment and Surveillance.
Okay.
For example.
So there is like a message board.
May was a member of this group.
So you can interact. I mean, I don't want just people. I mean, people can read. That's great. But even people sometimes, I had, for example, last Sunday, this lady from Hawaii, Olga, was claiming that she's part of the plan, or at least she's a targeted individual, and she wanted to meet other people with the same situation, at least even people that will understand her, and that they can at least communicate and maybe not feel alone. So I was thinking maybe a message board just with this type of, let's say, category of people would be something interesting. Meanwhile, I want to remind everybody, of course, the website I'm going to give you, it is not for target individuals. It is for everybody, okay? But it's open to everybody. It's 100% free. It's called Italian, what am I talking about? Freedomlovers.us. I was thinking about coffee right now, I'm sorry. Freedomlovers.us, www.freedomlovers.us. And I say, everybody who has a message of freedom, or maybe even problems or situations like this that normally you don't find a place that you can communicate, you can create an account. It's 100% free. And you can also create message boards. There is a message board. You can post videos and photos, whatever you want, free. Not even the credit card we ask you. It's really paid by my love, okay, and by my music. So go to freedomlovers.us, and it's not just for dating, but also to find like-minded people or people who have maybe some sort of situations like the target individuals. So I appreciate you go there, and at least, like people like Olga said, go there, try to find somebody at least you can relate to. V, I want to give you the last 2 minutes. We're getting to a point. Anything you want to give us more information to wake up the rest of humanity about this tragedy, this crime? It's not a tragedy, this is a crime.
Well, I'm a little caught off guard here. How much more time do you have for the show?
Well, we have, I have another guest, so I'm gonna have probably about 5 more minutes. I want to give you the floor. I promise I shut up more, but whatever you want to, and then I'm gonna have you again in the future. I mean, this is another topic that is gonna be gone. Okay, I'm just trying slowly, to try to share this information to bring awareness,
okay.
And so we're gonna be back. This is just an introduction, at least. Somebody we already talked in the past, but I like to have different people, different experiences. So this is now your turn. So come on, you got 4 more minutes. Go ahead.
Well, I most definitely have studied the covert technology, and I actually know how all of it works. I've actually created anti-psychotronic, well, I can't say created, I've actually designed some anti-psychotronic technology. I am looking to get investors and engineers to help me build the prototypes for them.
Okay.
But all the stuff stems from your secret society groups. For example, the Aquarius group. You have your political leaders such as governors, and you have military officials, and more importantly, the intelligence agencies who form these secret societies like the Aquarius group. The NSA has the Kennycomb group. These are people who sit underneath the NSA headquarters in a nuclear bunker running the mind control programs, which is all done through chemtrails, satellites, Gwen towers, all the way down to your cell phones. We live in a frequency psychotronic grid.
Well, yeah.
And so,
for sure, we have a lot of technology that we barely don't understand. I mean, we can understand if we want to, and is disguised under different things. But yes, this is happening.
The last time I made a video a year ago, I recommended the book by,
oh my gosh. 1 second.
Thomas E.
That was too funny. I didn't do anything. This is creepy. Are you there? Oh my God.
They're taking over your computers now.
No, but listen, I mean, we're here, I'm listening, I'm recording your show, and out of the blue, there was the mouse move around, and he clicked on a freaking video of one of my Facebook friends. I'm not drinking, I promise, and this is way weird. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes. One thing that target individuals go through is lots and lots of computer hacking.
Oh gosh. Am I targeted too, V? What do you think? I think I'm being targeted right now. Seriously, I've been talking about this a few times. Every time I talk about this, I'm going to start to hear strange voices. Oh my gosh. You know what is
let's hope not. It was just to give too much validation to what's going on. They did target you.
Yeah.
I think you're safe.
Listen, I always say at the end of everything, there is evil out there. In this dimension, it may manifest itself through an evil guy with a weapon, try to kill you, or maybe an evil technology. That technology technically is no evil. It's the person behind that can make it evil or good. Like the gun. The gun is not bad. The gun can be used for defending somebody, to save a life, or to destroy a life. Same story with this stuff.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I don't think any way somebody tried to have the technology to control somebody else's mind. That's not good, okay? But still, let's say it's technology. Then the point is, at the end of the day, there is a weapon. I try to always find the antidote, the antivirus of evil, and it's love. Love means it's a big word, as I said. Where even when they target your brain, when they target your belief, at the end of the day, you need to bring out the best of you. We have, of course, the dark side and the good side, and it's always a struggle between good and evil, and it's called also freedom, because after all, we've been given freedom to choose. So I tell you, whatever you believe, at the end of the day, everybody got their belief, but the most important belief that you must believe in good. And then, of course, if you want to believe in religion, that's great. If you believe in Christ or whatever other God you believe, it's your choice. But at the end of the day, it's a battle between good and evil. And when these bastards, they try to, nag you and trying to tell you bad things, you got to really go back to the roots of good. And love, I think, is the most important weapon. And love means also other people try to be close to you and try to help you out. Don't leave you alone. That, I think, is very important. When you are alone, for what I understand in my little experience, what I'm learning here, most of the targeted individuals are people who are pretty much isolated and they have a good, let's say, social, I don't even want to call it life. I'm talking about friends, family. Normally people, they may be probably living in foster homes, or people had been left behind. I see that. They prey on that type of people because they think they are the most vulnerable, and they can go there.
Absolutely.
If something happens to you, if you have nobody, no family, who's going to know what happens to you? Nobody cares. That's the reality of, unfortunately. So that's why we got to find, regardless the blood relations, if you have a friend, that's a good start. It's a good antidote. And believe in good. And when this crazy voice try to tell you something, but it's not crazy, it's the freaking voice to skull, as you call it, technology, guess what? Give him the middle finger, say, you know what? I don't believe in evil. I'm a decent person. I will never do evil things just because you tell me so. Okay, that's my attitude with them.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I appreciate you reach me out. I'm just a humble little local show, but I'm trying to spread the message out through the internet. And I believe that no matter how small or big, we all got to do our part. And I hope in the future, whenever you got updates or anything regarding this topic, I appreciate your input. And we try to bring out the message. That's the bottom line, okay? Give one more time your website, how people can reach you out and listen to your show.
Well, if people want to actually reach me, they can get to Anthony Thomas on Facebook, or my email, which is thetruthpharmacy@gmail.com. And also, my website is www.theredpillhardcore.com.
Very good. All right, listen, I gotta go. I have another guest coming. Meanwhile, I want to remind everybody, listen, guys, normally you don't listen to this type of topics on the air. First of all, I want to say K-Talks is one of the few stations that I know that is, I don't want to call allowing it, but yes, because after all, the ownership of the station can tell you whatever. I have freedom of speech like I could never believe on this station. Of course, I can always do my version on the internet, but the point is support the station. Because what we're talking here, not many other commercial stations let you talk about it. That's a fact. Second thing, if you want to support my show, I'm an independent show, there are many ways. One of the easiest way, go to zanna.us, www.zanna, like my last name, .us. For just 99 cents, not even the price of a cheap coffee, you can download any of my songs, and that way we can keep the show free, we have freedom of speech, and we can talk about everything we want without begging for sponsors. Okay, V, thank you very much, my friend, and ready for the second final part with an interesting guest, something that I need to tell you as a surprise. Just be ready. Hey, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve a break. Enjoy a moment of indulgence. It's time for Zanna Coffee. Guilt-free pleasure. Zanna Coffee is the organic coffee to amplify your senses and enhance love for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Only the best organic and GMO-free coffee beans from around the world that I selected. Zanna Coffee brings you happiness in every cup. Fair trade certified, sustainable organic coffee. That means we do not use slaves. Free Zanna songs with every coffee bag. Find Zanna Coffee at www.zannacoffee.com. www.zannacoffee.com. Get your coffee bag now. Don't be cheap. Life is too short and you deserve the best. Zanna Coffee. Here we go, guys.